Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, make sure you are following me on Instagram and on Facebook. So to get started, I am going to be using a unit from WowAfrican for my client series. Now, this is my lovely neighbor, Ayana. And to get started, I went ahead and I tinted her lace with this lace tint spray that I found at my local beauty supply store. So I believe they sell on Amazon, but I couldn't really find the color that I got for her. I got mocha, okay? And it stained the lace perfectly, okay? So I highly recommend it. Definitely check out their Instagram. So this is my first time using a pantyhose, a stocking, whatever you want to call it. And the reason why I decided to change over to this is because I've been seeing people do it for so long. So no, I'm not the first one to do this. I've seen Miss Precious Marie and a few other people do this method. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and try it. Let me see what this is all about. Also because the other stocking cap, the typical regular one, I just feel like it does not sit the way I've been wanting it to sit, and it's not as flat. So I really love the stocking cap, this actual stocking pantyhose, because I feel like it's thin. It's thin and it melts into the skin perfectly, and it's just so much more easier to apply. So if you are the person that likes a stocking cap, definitely go this route. I feel like it's so much more beneficial and it looks so much more natural. So to get started, I am going to just cut the excess off, and I use my typical method, the Gotta Be Glue holding spray, to hold everything in place as far as the stocking cap. And then you want to go ahead and just trim as much off as possible. Just like with the other stocking cap, you cut the little holes around the ears so that the areas by the ears can lay flat, because if you know, those are the hardest areas to lay down. So definitely go ahead and make sure right there is dry. Cut the holes. It helps a lot. You're going to want to go ahead and just cut off the excess because you don't need it. And the method to the madness really is cleaning up and trimming off as much as possible. Now for me, my eraser is a wet paper towel or even a damp paper towel, and this pretty much helps to clean up any little mistakes that you might have made that you now need to go back and neaten. Okay, so make sure it's not too wet, but wet enough that it will go ahead and lift any areas that you want to be lifted, and trim as close as possible without cutting your person's or your hair. Use the blow dryer to make sure you are making sure everything is dry. You want it to be dry before you move into your next steps. If it is not dry, it is going to roll up. So really take your time to do this. And then I'm going to go ahead and just cut off the excess stocking cap in the back, stretch it down underneath her braids. And then I'm going to use a needle and thread to sew everything down. If you didn't want to use a needle and a thread, or you don't know how to sew, feel free to use hairpins. It's totally up to you, but I wanted to give a nice, neat foundation because I was recording this for you guys. So I want you guys to see one way to do it. And then the whole best part about this whole stocking cap method is to take it off. You just have to wash your hair. You just go right in the shower, let the water run, and it will melt off. Now, if you're sewing it, you're gonna have to cut the stitching out. The next step you want to do is trim off as much as possible. I cannot stress that, because these parts that are a little bit rolled will show underneath. Will show underneath your wig, so you don't want to show that part. Go ahead and use some extra hairspray or some Gotta Be Glue gel, either or, and just lay those parts down. Really take a rat tail comb and a blow dryer and just flatten out those rolled out parts near the hairline. This is gonna help it to melt into your skin and really just give it a nice flat finish. Use a paper towel to wipe off any of the shiny mess that might be still there from the hairspray or from the gel. Now I'm going to be using her foundation. It's very important you use a foundation powder as close as possible to your client's skin. Try to find one that does not have a red tint. This one kind of has a yellow finish, and it's perfect, okay? So that was from MAC. You don't have to use MAC. You can find amazing ones at the beauty supply store. So definitely go ahead and search for the one that does not have a red tint, because I don't know if you've ever seen those girls on the street that have like the red scalp or just looks red. You don't want red. You want a yellow finish. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just checking it to make sure we can't see the stocking cap underneath. And I believe it's all perfect. But look how the lace melts into her skin. And we haven't even sprayed anything or gelled anything. But that just goes to show you that the lace tint spray that I used worked very, very, very well. Sometimes I cut the lace before I gel it down or spray it down. Sometimes I cut after. It just depends on how I'm feeling. But for her, I wanted to cut before. And I feel like it came out so flawless. I was really having a proud client series moment. Okay, so go ahead, just trim off the rest, and I will meet you guys when we get to the next step. So this is the end result of us gelling everything down. Now, I do wish that I would have plucked the hairline a little more before I put it on her head. So you will see me go back in and pluck a little more as I'm perfecting her hairline with the baby hairs and everything like that. So I just want to make that clear to you guys. Definitely pluck beforehand, don't pluck after, but you can do either or, but just be very gentle, which means it might take a little more time. I actually really loved this hair from WowAfrican. You guys know I work with WowAfrican every month, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really impressed by the lace that they always send. Like, if you look back at all my videos, the videos that had the most views or the videos that look the best as far as the end result is usually from, you know, WowAfrican. I'm gonna keep it real. So I love their lace. I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what kind of lace I'm being sent. It's usually in a description box, but I just usually know that whatever lace they send me kind of fits my skin perfectly. It melts into my skin, and the hair on the actual units are actually pretty good and for a good price. Okay, sometimes they have units that are like $120, $150, $175. So for me, I think that's kind of a pretty good price for people who are always asking for price conscious units. So to finish off this look, I went ahead and I just used water, scrunched it, did a little trimming to it, and then for her part, I really wanted it to like shine through. So I used some of her foundation once again and put this on her scalp. Honestly, I really loved the end result. Like, it just looks so nice and soft and smooth. I used that combination between a hot comb and a blow dryer to really flatten out her hairline, her roots. I really went in. WowAfrican does not put a lot of hair like on the front of their units, and I love that. Now, it's enough. It's the perfect amount, but it's not like how some companies put so much that you can't even like really get a middle part as flat as you want it to be. So that really is important and something to consider when you are ordering your next unit. But I wanted to show you some scalpage. So this is me just parting her hair all over. And I think it looks pretty damn good. I think it looks pretty realistic. And I feel like the outcome was pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, make sure you like this video, thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel. And definitely let me know what you want to see next on the next client series.